Well guys, we've been at it here for a while now. I'm just kind of futzing around. This is an area that was all overgrown, wasn't too appealing. I would mow this, you know, with the brush hog a couple times a year. And, you know, all this was just overgrown, kind of an eyesore. There's like a really old rock wall that a little part of it still right there. But I'm trying to level this out with the hopes that I could move the firewood stand over there at some point. In the process, I popped my first track and I just got it back on. I actually popped it off the rear sprocket and the front idler. So I just got it back on with the pry bar, got a pump full of grease. We should be good to go. All right guys, this is what we got done so far. Bear in mind, this is like literally the first time I've run an excavator doing any like work in the dirt for the most part. So I don't really know what I'm doing. However, I did encounter a lot of rock, which I've tried to kind of like dig a hole and bury some of the smaller ones. The bigger ones I've been putting up here by the tree. I loaded them into the back of the International, actually dumped a load up there for a project that is gonna be coming up here in the future. I took most of the brush and stuff that was over here and it is loaded up now in the International. There's still some more stuff I gotta weed through in that pile. But that pile was mostly dirt and some smaller rocks that I'm hoping I'll be able to kind of, you know, use to like level out this area over here. But this is what we got done so far, and we'll check back in when we're working on it again next. Solar eclipse 2024. It's getting dark out.
It's getting dark. Someone didn't buy glasses.
Yeah, we didn't buy glasses. All right, guys, we are back the next day, and today I brought reinforcements. And by reinforcements, I don't mean the Baumalight and the dump trailer. I mean another very green operator to assist and shake his head and agree with me when I don't know what I'm doing. What do you think of my handiwork so far?
So far, you look like a seasoned professional.
Yeah, I don't know about that. So guys, the plan here today is yesterday in the first part of this video, I kind of cleared everything out and I got a lot of the brush out of here. Now we have all this topsoil with like all this rock and stuff in it. So my plan, as you might be able to tell, is I want to scoop all this out into the dump trailer, and then we're going to be dumping it over behind the International over there, kind of like in between the boat and the International, to fill in an area. And my hope is that along this tree line, we can kind of dig down a little bit, to which we'll then use these big boulders and any more that we pull out as kind of like a little retaining wall, almost to like put an edge to this area, and hopefully get all this topsoil and junky rock and stuff out of here, get down to some harder dirt, and then in the future we'll be able to put down some gravel or asphalt milling. So All right, so that was the first load of dirt here in the SureTrack dump trailer. This is what we got. By no means is it full, but I don't think this trailer could dump a full load of dirt, so we're just kind of using this as a gauge. All right, Chris started to push some of these wood chips away, and we're bringing the trailer in right here. You can see this area kind of goes down here, and if I got rid of some of these saplings, we could have some more storage and parking area, arguably. Oh yeah, it's going up no problem. So we don't want to get too greedy here. I think that'll be a good amount. Now I would probably be using the International, but there's two reasons I'm not. The one reason is because it didn't start, so we're still having issues there. And two, it's a lot higher than the dump trailer, so it's easier to load into the dump trailer. But as you can see, this is dumping this no problem. And the plan kind of is, so while I'm loading the trailer, Chris can be spreading it out with the Baumalight mini skid steer.
Alright guys, this is what we got at the end of day 2 here. Starting to look level. you know, we're not shooting great or anything, but it's more level than it was. You can obviously see we dug out here, kind of trying to blend it in. Granted, we have no idea what we're doing, just kind of playing as we go along and having fun with it. I think the mini skid steer will be good for coming in and doing some of the fine work around the edges. I'd like to try and take out a lot of this dirt that's kind of piled up, because that's where I would like to put the rocks. We might use a little bit of it like as a footing, I guess, kind of. But I mean, this whole general flat area here off the driveway is kind of where I envision the firewood stand being, to allow for people to kind of pull in right behind it. It'll still be, you know, up, I think, we'll have to see, close to the road so that people, you know, see it. I don't want it set too far back, and then people can kind of pull in and off the driveway and load up their wood. Yesterday I went through and greased pretty much the whole machine, but I did notice it was missing a fitting there. So I got some grease fittings, and then there were a couple that didn't take grease. I think this one is like missing the ball bearing, like the little ball valve thing in there. So grease was shooting out. There were a couple that didn't take it, so I'm gonna try and replace those. Forgot that this plate is kind of in the way. Now let's see if we can tighten this. Yep. Nope, it just pumps grease all over. Now it's taking grease. I think I just had to push the little ball for the first time. It's a little stuck. Now, if memory serves me correct, this fitting wasn't taking anything yesterday. You can see, I don't know if you can see up in there, but it's pretty dry. I don't see any fresh grease popping out, so gotta fix that one. Can feel some pressure building up, but I think it just might have popped whatever it was free. Maybe not. All right, I'm not exactly sure what's wrong with this one. I tried it several times. I went ahead and took the, keeper bolt out of there and banged the pin back and forth to try and free it up, and that didn't work. So I'm not really sure why this fitting isn't taking grease. If anybody has any suggestions, drop a comment down below. This one's just totally missing the little ball. Okay, finally got that to thread on. Let's see if this takes grease. There it goes. That one hadn't been greased in a while, I guess. As you can see here, I'm missing a tooth. I actually have the tooth, but it's just not with me. It's actually at work. I forgot on my desk. But what I needed was the roll pin to go in there to secure it back on. But since I forgot the tooth, I actually ordered just spare teeth. And I ordered 2 different kinds because I wasn't quite sure which one was going to, fit better. They both look to be about the same. These black ones were actually cheaper than these. So I'm gonna try, see if this fits on there, and then maybe I'll return those, because I got 4 of each and they came with roll pins as well. So I mean, yeah, that seems to go on there. I just got to get all that gunk out of there. All right, this tooth seems to be pretty similar. It's a little bit longer than these other teeth, but I couldn't find any that were shorter. These ones were the Hensley X156 H, which stood for like heavy duty, I guess. Whereas these are the X156L, which stands for long. So it's like an inch, you can see there, like an inch longer. But it fits on, no problem. So I'm just gonna send it. All right, through the top and bottom there. Tooth, you know, I think that's pretty good. It'll probably get jammed up with dirt and stuff and stop moving around quite so much. I also noticed the radio wasn't working all that well, and it's because the antenna got ripped off there on that mount on the right. So I went ahead and ordered a new one. It wasn't an exact like Kubota replacement. The Kubota replacement one was ridiculous. It was like $150. So I got this one for, I think it was like $15 on Amazon. And there was a plug, you know, right there. It was actually missing that plug right here. So it works out well, fills up the hole. And I got a new antenna. The radio works really well now. And I'm just leaving this one here to keep those holes filled up and plugged. So another problem with this thing is, I don't know if you could see it, but the door doesn't latch. The latch is in there. You can see it kind of like hits. I think this door was hit at some point because this thing is like a little bit bent. The door shuts fine, but you can also see up here, it looks like that had been like folded in at some point. There was like some chipped paint, and this hinge is kind of out of whack compared to that hinge. So I'm gonna try and figure this out. So see, there isn't even a bolt on that one. It's missing it, whereas this is like kind of a jam nut. You know, now that I'm looking at this, I'd almost be willing to bet that other bolt probably fell down in here. I guess I could pop out these 4 screws and see if I don't have a nut that fits it. I picked one out of the drawer first try. Screws right on, and it's a nylock nut, so that should work out well. I just have that nut loosely on there. I want to see if it's out far enough or if we have to adjust these jam nuts to be out more. Oh yeah, see, we got it now. I think it needs to come out just a little bit more, because see, the door won't pop open, but as soon as I press the latch, now it goes, so that's good. All right, we let it out a little bit more. Let's see if it latches. Oh yeah. All right, so we got the door all latched up. You can see, pulling on it, it's not going anywhere. It used to just fling open. If I push the latch here, you can see it clicks. Shut the door. Latches shut like that. I looked up this hinge online. They wanted $211 for that hinge, which is even more crazy than the $143 that they wanted for the antenna. So I just saved myself like $250. Back the third day here, I'm gonna use the mini skid steer to kind of clean up these edges and level out this like berm over here. Well guys, here's the deal. Basically, all the footage that you've seen up until this point, I filmed about 3 weeks ago when I first started this project. The project kind of, subsided once I got the rock wall, all basically stacked up. And I've been waiting, as you can see, for something to put down on top of this new area. I wanted to give the area some time. We've had several rainstorms come in, and for the most part, it stayed, relatively dry. It all kind of slopes down towards, the road, like where the driveway kind of drains out into the road anyway, and it really hasn't had too much sitting water or anything of the sort. This is what the rocks now look like, after a couple, not heavy rainstorms, but, maybe an inch or two of rain over the past couple weeks. I think they came out pretty good. But basically, I don't know when I'm going to be getting the asphalt millings. Oh, there's somebody that knows me. Essentially, I was told that the asphalt millings would be here about mid-April. It is now, let's see, April 24th, and I have not heard anything. I'm not necessarily in a rush, but I don't want to have to go out and buy a bunch of gravel to put down here when I could get the asphalt millings for free. So that being said, I kind of wanted this whole video to be all, one video and move the firewood stand, put down the asphalt millings and stuff, and just kind of call the project complete. But unfortunately, it doesn't seem like I'm going to be able to do that because I need to put out some content. Sarah and I are actually leaving tomorrow morning to go down to Florida, visit some of her family for a little long weekend. So today is Wednesday, but you will probably see this video on Sunday. And who knows, the asphalt millings could show up while I'm away. But I'm not going to get to spread them and get to move the firewood stand. So that's pretty much going to wrap this part of the video up. There will definitely be a part 2 to finishing up this area, spreading, the asphalt millings or gravel if I have to buy it, and moving the firewood stand. I also have some other plans for the firewood stand in the future. So I hope you guys enjoyed this one. I know I had a lot of fun playing around. This is kind of my first dirt work project with the excavator, and I think it helped hone in, my skills a little bit, picking up and placing all the rocks. Now, does it look professional? No, but will it, work for a firewood stand? Yeah, I think so. And I've already gotten a couple compliments from people that have come to the firewood stand to buy, kind of asking what's going on over there. And they like the whole idea, I like the idea, and they'll stay off my grass. So, as always guys, if you like the video, give it a big thumbs up. If you haven't done so already, consider clicking that subscribe button down below. It would really help me and the channel out. Any questions, comments, or feedback on the new firewood stand area, drop a comment down in the comments section. But for now, I'm Jake. This is Dude Ranch DIY. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you here next time.